Now we'll go to the 25th verse of Vishnu Sahasranamam, which talks about what are all the qualities that Bhagavan Narayana can give us by getting more devoted to him. So this is a beautiful qualities what he can grant us, and he can also impart those qualities in us. Avartano nivrutatma sambhrata sampramardhanaha ahaha samvartako vagni रनिलो धरणीधरः आवर्तनो निवृतात्मा संवृतः संप्रमर्दनः अह संवर्तको वग्नि रनिलो धरणीधरः. We'll go by one how these namas are beautifully connected to the gunas of Narayana. Avartanah, avartanam. Avartanaha. Avarnam means fort. Avarnam means ring. Avarnam means a shield. You are being covered by something. Okay? There is a covering. So avartanaha means what covering we have? We are covered with our birth and death. That is what Adi Shankara was talking or was praying to Govinda. What is that? To the Govinda, he is saying that Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jhatare Sayanam, Bhajagovindham, Bhajagovindham, Govindham Bhaja Mudhamate. Samprarte Sannikite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dugrunna Karane. So what is the understanding here? Because every Jivatma which is born in this universe, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, you get a birth, there is a death, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. This is a cycle. This is like a fort. This is something like a shield where you have been taught. So how we can break the shield? What is the way that we have to break the shield? There is only one who can take you out of the shield. Am I right? So there is only one, because there is a shield around you. So wherever you go, you are going to hit on that and then you are going to fall down. So there is a shield. So that shield is something which is making you go around and round and round with this repetition. Endless cycle. Endless cycle of birth and death. We don't know how janmandras we have won. How many births we have taken. Right? We don't know from what creatures we have started our life and what we are today. So every saints, every great poets, Alvars and Nayanmars were always crying for this. Right? So every time we have been born, so we don't know what type of creatures we were born. So we want to get out of this birth and death cycle. So this cycle is called avarna. So that is the understanding that we have to get out of this avarna. Okay. So that is why in Sri Vidya Upasana, Sri Vidya means for the mother Devi, there is one of the puja which is called Nava Avarna Puja. They call it as Navavarna Puja. That means there is 9 fort which are there, or 9 shield is there. So you pray so that you cross those shield, and go and unify with the last one, which is Lalita Parameshwari. So Nava Avarna Puja is called Navavarna Puja. So what does it mean? That Nava Avarna means nothing but Navadhware is your body. Right? Navadhware is your body. So you have to cross each of them, get out of it. And then what is your unification? Unification with the mother. So that is how the life is being always matched up. So avarnaha means there is a shield, there is a cycle where you are going to hit and you are going to get within that cycle. This is called repetitive cycle. Okay. So in Bhagavad Gita, Bhavan says, those who pray to me with the devotion, I can give them the way how to come out of it. Okay, so the secret is with him. So it is our basic requirement that we have to have the devotion devoted to him so that he can take us out of this repetition. Right? So always what we are getting, this repetition is going on. So how he is going to get out of this repetition? That's what the next nama says. Nivrutatma. Always Bhagavan says there are two margas. Pravarti marga, nivarti marga. Right? Pravarti marga, nivarti marga. What is pravarti marga? That which leads you to the material life. You're entangled to the material world. You get into it, trapped it. You're getting into the samsara sagara. You are there, done. Pravarti. Nivriti marga. What is that? You get out of it. What is the best way? Give moksha. Get liberation. So, who can give you? The one Atma who is already out of it, can only lead you out. Am I right? Say, for example, think about this way. A fellow who also jumped with you in a lake or a pond. Right? He himself is getting drowned. Now, he is saying, come to me, I can save you. Now, can you believe on him? Can you believe him that he can save you? He's already drowning. He's already getting down and down and down. You say, hey, come on, okay, come. We can't because he's already drowning there. So how can I believe on him? I should believe only a fellow who is standing on the shore and he's shouting and saying that, hey, give the hand, I can take you out. So this is why, because he knows how to come out of the samsara sagara, he is out of it. So there is one person who is out of it, is nothing but Bhagavan Narayana, who is the Lord Krishna, who is standing on the seashore. He is ready to give you the hand to get you out of the sagara. So Nivruti Marga can only be Nivrutatma, the Atma which has already come out of this bondage. So he can only get you out because he knows the Sukshama how to come out. All the others can only get you deeper and deeper and deeper into the marshy land. So this is the problem. So that's what it says, beautifully said by Parasara Bhattar, and every commentator says that only Atma who is out of all this birth and death, samsara sakaram, is Lord Narayana, who is nothing but Lord Krishna. So he only knows how to take you out. So what we need to do? Simply hold his feet. Simply hold his lotus feet. Whether he is like a child, whether he is like a big person, whether he is standing like in a charioteer, like in Partha Sharadi in Triplicane, where he is a charioteer, right? As like Arjuna, he was sitting, he is like a charioteer with all big mush and all, he is sitting like that. Lord Krishna is seen as Partha Sharadi in Tiruvallikeni in Madras. But in Guruvayur, how he is? He is a very small, kochu, child. Small balaka. Doesn't matter. So you clinch to his feet. You get tight of his lotus feet. So what he will do? He will take you out of this samsara sagaram. Right? It's a very important thing. So that's why Nivruta Atma, an Atma who is out of all these things, will be the one person who can lead you out. So it is important that you need to know which Atma has got already moksha, which Atma is already enlightened. So get into it. So this is an important nama for us to understand to whom we need to meditate. That's why in Ramayana we saw that so many people So many rishis, by seeing Lord Rama, they got moksha. Right? By seeing Rama, they got moksha. Sabari got moksha. Sabari got moksha. Bali got moksha. Kumbhakarna got moksha. Am I right? So all these peoples, and that's the beauty. They say that in Rama Avatara, Rama took the entire Ayodhya Puri with him to the Vaikuntha. So that is the way that Rama has given this boon. So Nivruta Atma, an Atma which is already enlightened, can only get you out of this samsara. So who is that? It's only the Lord Narayana who can give you. Samvrtaha, Samvrtaha, Avartanaha, Nivrutatma, Samvrtaha. So what is Samvrtaha? He is not seen in a direct way. He always remains hidden. He is not directly understood. Right? Some of the things you have to only realize. Certain things you have to experience. Certain things cannot be defined. Right? So it's a beautifully said. If a chocolate is given to a child, okay, it's a beautiful example. This example was given by one of the greatest commentator in Tamil by name Kiva Jagannathan. And he has written this commentary for Kandar Anubhuti for Arunagirinatha's song. A child puts a candy. The mother gives a small candy and the child is putting in the mouth candy. And it is, you always remember when the child puts in the mouth, it jumps and goes outside like this. So happy. And then it's jumping here and there and then doing all the things because it's very active, right? So once the chocolate is there in the mouth, you know how the child will behave. All the child is doing and then jumping and going out. Opposite neighbor's child is coming out, very keen to see this child is jumping and coming out. And he says, hey, come. Why are you jumping so happy? My mother gave me sweet. You see? Yeah, sweet. And she gave me that, I'm eating. Oh, good. How is it? It was something like a round. How does it taste? It's sweet. What is sweet? Now the child doesn't know how to define the sweetness. Right? It doesn't understand how to define the sweet. So what happens? It's sweet. It is sweet. It's so high. It's good. It's tasty. Something it says, nothing. The child cannot define the sweetness. So what happens? Straight away, child goes directly to her mother. And then the child says, Amma, you gave me something, right? She says, yeah, I gave you candy. And what is the taste? It's sweet. Can you define what is sweet to him? Right? The child is asking, can you define what is sweet to him? How the mother can also define? Cannot. Right? So beautiful. You cannot. So he says that in Kandar Anubhuti, the Arunagirinatha defines, Yellam ara yena iranda nalam sollayo yenakku muruga surabe. So the way that I lost myself in the transcendence, in the process of transcendence, I lost myself. My consciousness has got united with you. I had the experience, but I don't have a word to define. How do I define it? Muruha, Subramanya, give the word so that I can define it. You define to me so that I can define to the others. This is the way that he is telling to him. So why I am saying this word as an example here is the same thing, because he remains hidden. We can only experience. And this experience we can only gain. We cannot define in words. You can only gain. You can only realize. I understand that he is there. I understand that each and everything happens because of him. I can experience each and every second his presence and his omnipresence, all, or I'm seeing it. The nature is according to his order. The way that life is going, I can see all the order. But the only problem is I can't define it because it's my experience. Right? Because it is totally the way that we are seeing it. So he who remains hidden. Not that he doesn't want to reveal, because he is indirectly with everything. That is very, very important. Right? It's a very, very important. That's why Nammalvar in one of the pasturam, he says, Mayar varu madhi nilam aruninan yavanavan. The one who gets me out of the ignorance, one who gives me jnana, one who gives me bhakti, one who has got out of my doubts, my ignorance. And who is that? He is nothing but the Narayan. Mayar aru madhi nilam arulinan yavanavan. Mayar. Because that something in my mind is all these doubts and ignorance are sitting there. And one who has got me out of that. Right? Those things. Because he is a hidden person. We don't know where he is directly. So this is how the understanding goes. So he can be in an indirect way, he can help you to get out of it. Sampramardhanaha. Sampramardhanaha. So who is he? He is also called as a Sampramardhanaha. What is Sampramardhanaha? He is a dispeller of the darkness. He is dispeller of the darkness. Dispels what? The Maya in the devotee. He takes the mayas out of you. He takes the doubts out of you. He takes all those ignorance from your mind. Mardhanaha. Mardhanaha means one who kills, one who destroys. Right? Kalinga Nardana, Kamsa Mardhana. Mardhana means one who killed Kamsa. So when we say Mardhana means you killed. So what he kills the ignorance. He kills the doubts. He kills all those things, what happens in your mind. So it's a very important understanding, because he is the person who he directly and indirectly goes and kills all those evil mind, what comes to you. All those 6 enemies which are sitting in you. Right? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madam, Ascharya, whatever is sitting in your mind, whatever comes on your way, obstacles for you, he is the one who gets out of it. Right? Very important. Very important. And what separates you from the God? Very, very important point. Beautifully given by one of the commentators. He says, Dharma Chakram is one of the commentators who says, what separates you and the God? Simply your ego, your ahankara. That is the one which is basically separating you from the God. Because as long as your aham is something there, your ego is something there, you are not going to unite. Beautifully said. One beautiful example, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was saying, once he realized God, he was asked, how did you experience it? He was telling, beautiful example. See, how I was realizing, say for example, I was in a position like a thief. Supposing I'm a thief, I want to steal. Okay? And there is a room, treasure room. Inside that room, you have all treasures. Precious things are sitting there. I am on the other side of the room. So there is only a wall which is separating me and the treasure. Okay? The wall which is separating me and the treasure. I know that if I can break the wall, I can go and take the treasure. But the problem is the wall is still separating me and the treasure. So by thinking, by only imagining that the treasure is there, I was in a displeasure, I was in sorrow, I'm sitting here, they're praying that the wall has to break. So what was the analogy what he was giving Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? I am as a Jivatma sitting here. There is a wall of ego between me and the treasure is the God. If the wall of ego breaks, I know I can go and unite with the treasure. So that ahankara has to be destroyed. So that's what we say, sampramardhanaha. We need him, he who destroys it. So how can you destroy? Very simple, surrender. Nothing else. Arjuna, you are an instrument in front of me. Surrender. Sarvadharmana parityacha mam ekam charanam vraja. Ekam charanam vraja. Down. Something. Finish. There is no other order. Down. Surrender. Charanam. Done. Bow to him. Finish. Devote. Hey, I'm not at all doing anything. I am an instrument. If you have that understanding clearly, every second, every minute is one who plans, one who executes. And if you have that understanding, simply you know everything goes according to his division, according to his plan. Right? So it is very important that you can destroy. So who can do that? It's only him. You can be an ignorant person also. And even an ignorant person, if God wills, he can give you the guidance. Am I right? If God wills, he can give you the guidance. It doesn't matter. You need to be intelligent, but he can make you intelligent simply. Even if you are nothing. See, one of the greatest poet by name Kalidasa, we all know. Kalidasa. So what was his the thing how he was? So he was just a cowherd person. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know any literature. He doesn't know any language, Sanskrit, nothing. He was a cowherd. He was strict. He was so ignorant, so he was considered to be a fool in that entire state itself. So he was trapped and then he was taken by some of the ministerial people to get him married to that kingdom's Rani, that princess, so that somewhere he was trapped and then he was taken back. So whatever he talked and then they interpreted in a different way, they showed that he is like an intelligent. So the princess got really interested on him and she thought he's a good and wisdom fellow. She married him. At the day when they want to meet during the Shanti Muhurta, they come to know that this fellow was not at all even a studied fellow who has not even gone to school itself or any Vedapada Shala or any Gurukula. Even for rain, he has not gone into that place. So she was so worried. She started crying. By seeing her cry, and he can't even withstand, right? So he said, Amma, I don't know, because it is a trap. I was been taken up by all these peoples and I was shown in front of you as if I'm a person with all intelligence. I know that is what I know, but I'm not at all worked for you. Sorry. Then what she does, she takes him to a place where it is a Mother Kali's temple. She goes there and she prays in front of Mother Kali. And she's always praying to that and she's always trying to cry. Say that how you are given such a person to me and how I'm going to live. So by seeing her sad position, what happens is this person gets very, he wants to get a determination that I have to get this knowledge. So what he does, he says, I will be here. You go. You are like my guru because for me, for my knowledge, you prayed. Okay, so you go. I will be here. I want to pray myself to the goddess and then I will try to see. So what happens, by his own grace, he can see that Mother Kali, always she goes to Nagarola. Nagarola means she comes out of the temple, she goes to the entire village, she goes and she's a protector, right? So she goes out and then she comes back to the temple. So he understood that she is going. So the moment she went out, so he just went into the inner sanctum and he closed the door and he was staying inside. So the mother, after going around the thing, and then she came back and she's outside and she's saying the door is not open. She keeps on knocking. She was telling, open the door, open the door, open the door. He knows that the mother is outside. He said, no, I won't open the door. No, you have to. He says, otherwise I can do all these think I am an omnipresent, I can come. No, I'm not going to allow you. Then she says, what do you want? Give me knowledge. Give me knowledge. Because I'm totally an idiot. You have to give me the knowledge. So Mother Kali blesses him with the greatest knowledge. And imagine such person with the knowledge of, with the blessings of Mother Divine, he has written Raghuvamsha, Meghatuta, Shakuntala, right? So many excellent kavyas. Kumara Sambhava, beautiful kavyas he has written. And he also sung, which is called Tantakam. Tantakam is one of the different type of a prose poetry in Sanskrit. It's called Shamala Tantakam, which he sung on that day, on that minute itself. Manikya Veenam Upalalayanti Majanava Manjula Vagvilasam Harendra Lajjuti Komalangi Madanga Kanya Manasas Marami. So he sings, he starts singing. It's called Tantakam. So how this is happening? The grace of God can make an ignorant fellow to be an intelligent fellow. Doesn't matter who you are. If God wills, we are nothing. But still we need to know we are just an instrument in front of. So then everything will go. All right. So that is called Sampramardhana. So next Nama is called Ahat Samvatsaraha. Next Nama is Ahasamvartaha. Right? Ahasamvartaha. What is Samvatsara? Means time. Samvatsaraha means time, right? So we say in Sanskrit, we say Samvatsara means 1 year. Samvatsaraha. That's what we say, right? Shobhakritanama Samvatsare. So what does it mean? It's a year. When we say, that means it represents a time. Ahaha Samvartakaha. That means a person who regulates the time, who has a control over the time. So basically, he only knows what is past, present, and future. He is a person who knows what is past, what is your present, what is your future. Right? For him, everything is present. Only for us, there is a past and future also. According to time space, we only have those division of past and future. For God, for Bhagavan, it is only present. So that's what we say. He is a person who has the control, who regulates all those things. So basically, he is a person who regulates the time, who regulates day and night, who regulates the season, who regulates the cycle of the periods, who regulates the entire year, who regulates the yugas. So everything is under his control. That's why we say the period is from him. The period is from him. Aha samvartakaha. Vahni. Vahni. Vahni means carrier. One who takes, one who bears. Is a carrier. Okay? So whatever you offer, he carries. He takes it. He partakes it. Okay? Vahni. Vahni also refers to fire. Vahni also refers to fire. So probably Vahni could also become as Agni. We don't know. Right? In a meanwhile, by the distortion of the sounds, it could have even become an Agni. But Agni is another name what we have. But Vagni is also another name which represents the fire. Okay. So here what they are representing, what they are referring to is, as Shankara says, it is the fire what we have offered in the fire sacrifice place, especially in the Yajna Kunda. So whatever you offer, that fire is being taken up, is being consumed by who? Lord Narayan. Right? So everything goes to him. So that's why what we do, whenever we do the things, whatever we do, at last, what is the one word by which we always conclude? Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. And then what we start and what we finish, Hari Om. And what you finish? Hari Om. So what does it mean? Everything starts and ends with him. Everything is arpanam to Krishna. That means everything goes to the Narayana. He is the one who takes. He is the one who consumes. He is the one who needs all this energy. Narayana Shakti should be very, very good. Then only he can protect you. If Narayana doesn't have a Shakti, how he can protect you? Right? So that's why it is very important that we offer everything to Narayana. Everything goes to Narayana. Next one, Anilaha. Next word is called Anilaha. Beautiful word. Anila. There are so many meanings which have been given by different commentators. One of the meaning is Anila, air, wind. Okay. Anila, meaning who always helps his devotees. Anila, who doesn't have any beginning. Anila, no binding. Anila, beyond dissolution. Anila, omnipresent. Anila, omniscient. Anila, no fixed residence. Anila, one who is not supported by earth. Anila, who is always awake. So many understanding from one single word, Anila. This Nama can be interpreted in all these senses. In all these senses. So that's why it's a big understanding of this context. When we say Anila, we can even say Vayu, right? He was Agni, in the previous one, Vakni, now he is Anila. So you can always see that how it has been tied up. So the Pancha, Bhudas, both are being tied up here, right? So he gives you the life Prana. Anila can be referred to as Prana for you, Prana Shakti, right? He can be the person who gives you the Prana Shakti. So that is how they can be interpreted. As per Shankara, he interprets Anila means one who doesn't have any beginning. Adi Shankara says a person who doesn't have any beginning. He's already there. He's already there. When a universe was born, he is already there. He only created it. So that's what he's been referred. So he is Anilaha. Right? He is Anilaha. So that is how you understand how they are always linked with that. So we say that even different commentators, as I told you, so we can live without food, we can live without water for some time, but without air, not a single minute or a second we can live. So that is the importance of the air, what we say. That's why we say it's important that we always think about it. Right? So as we are, gasping your air, every second, what involuntarily your lungs and your breath is going in and going out. What do you need to do? So hum, so hum, so hum. What does it mean? I am the God. I am the God. I am the God. Am I right? So hum. I am the God. So you have to understand that. So if you understand the divinity, I am the God means this is the divine understanding. If you have this in your mind, the minute, every second when you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, you can understand the divinity, how you are connected. So that is basically how we can see that Anilaha is being linked up. The next word is called Dharani Dharaha. Anilaha Dharani Dharaha. Beautiful understanding. What is that? Dharani Dharaha. Dharani means Bhumi. Dharaha, one who dharati idi dharti. What does it mean? One who carries. One who carries. So one who has lifted the dharti. So even the name in Hindi we say for the Bhumi is called dharti. Right? We say dharti. Dharti is called Bhumi. How does the dharti come? Dharati idi dharti. Because it carries you. It is carrying you, right? So you're, as a human being, as a creatures, we are walking on this bhumi because bhumi is carrying you. That's why it is called dharati iti dharti. But here we say Dharani Dharaha. See, he who carried that bhumi itself. So he has carried this bhumi. That means when it is Varaha Avatara, what he did? Right? When it's Varaha Avatara, when the bhumi was being hidden down, he was a person who went down to the Patala Loka and he was trying to take the bhumi with his own tusk and took it out. Right? So this is what we are referring to. Dharani Dharaha. So here we can see that three important five elements, out of the five elements, three important elements have been referred here. Fire, air, earth. Okay? And you can think about how there is no water in space. There is no water in space. Space is mantra. Space is mantra. Water is your ananda bhashpa, your tears by understanding the gunas. So if you do this with all this Panchabhuta Arpitam for this Nama, we will definitely understand the real gunas of Nama. With this devotion, that is very, very important. So we can see that how all these have been tied up, all the five elements, what type of things, what he is trying to lead, what he is ready to give to his devotee. He is always there to give you moksha. He is always there to guide you moksha, liberation. That is what he is trying to give advice and help you out. So he is always there. Only thing is realize him, surrender to him. So he is always there for us to come out and then get you out of the ignorance. So that is very, very important from these namas what we get. So with that, I stop here today so that it will be a most reverential namas for us to chant, think about it, more and more about these namas every day, and then get deeper, more connected, and let us do our charanagati to that God, to the Lord every minute, so that He can guide us for us the rest of the life. And then we do His sevas, whatever He wants. Let us be as an instrument to Him, and then let us do our service to Him. In whatever way we want to do, let us do it, do to His satisfaction, and let us complete our goal of life. So with that, I stop here. Hari Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmanabha Prakate Swabhavat Karomi Yatyat Sakalam Parasmai Narayanaayeti Samarpayami Yadakshara Pada Prashtam Matra Hinam Tuyad Bhavet Tatsharvam Shamyadadeva Narayana Namostute Visharghabindu Matrani Padabhadaksharaani Che Nyunani Chatiriktaani Chamashya Purushottama Anyadacharanam Nasti Tvameva Charanam Mama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Raksha Janardana Harihi Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayanta Nyayena Marghena Mahim Mahisha Ko Brahmanebhya Subhamastu Nityam Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Sarvam Gidi Ramakrishna Arpanamastu